Hello everyone, welcome to session 2, the unit 2 moment of inertia. In previous session we discussed what is center of gravity, what is centroid, then to find out the formula for x bar and y bar, and in this session we are going to see the formula for center of gravity for different shapes. The first one is a rectangle. You can see from the figure the rectangle ABCD. The B is the breadth of the rectangle, that is the depth of the rectangle. The centroidal distance from the side BC or CB, that is equal to the depth by 2. The centroidal distance from CD, that is from the base, that is equal to breadth by 2. B, triangle. You can see the figure, the triangle ABC. The B is the side or the base of the triangle. The H is the height of the triangle. The G is the center of gravity where all the line intersect. The centroidal distance from the base BC, that is equal to h by 3. The centroidal distance from apex point A is 2h by 3. Next one is the circle. The centroidal distance of circle from A is equal to the diameter by 2. Next, semicircle. The centroidal distance from the base AB, that is equal to 4r by 3 pi. Next one is trapezium. You can see the figure ABCD is a trapezium where B is the bottom length of the trapezium and A is the top length of the trapezium, where H is the height of the trapezium. The centroidal distance from the base CD or DC, that is equal to B plus 2A divided by B plus A into H by 3, and from top AB is equal to A plus 2B divided by B plus A into H by 3. And last one, cone. The central distance of cone from base is equal to h by 4. Now we'll see some problems on finding center of gravity of T section, I section, L section, channel section. We'll see one by one. The first one is T section. The problem is determine the centroid of the T section of size 120 into 100 into 10 mm. You can see the T section. There are two rectangle here, ABCD and EFGH. So this T section is symmetric about y axis. Now you can see the 1 is the 1 2 2 are the reference axis. Like 1 is nothing but x axis, 2 is nothing but y axis. We see step by step. The T section we split into two rectangle pieces. The first one is ABCD, that is I marked as 1, dimension of 120 into 10. The second portion is EFGH, the second rectangle is EFGH, that is I marked as 2, portion 2, that is the dimension is 90 into 10 mm. Now the area of rectangle 1, A1 is equal to length into breadth, that is 120 into 10, 1200 mm square. Similarly, the area of rectangle 2, A2 is equal to 90 into 10 mm, that is equal to 900 mm square. Now we'll find the center of gravity of each rectangle with reference lines. The first is the center of gravity of rectangle 1, that with reference 1 1. The y1 is equal to 90 plus 5 is equal to 95. The second rectangle length is 90, and from the formula we already discussed before, the central distance of rectangle, that is equal to d by 2, that is 10 by 2, that is equal to 5. The total the distance from the reference 1 y1 is equal to 90 plus 5 is equal to 95. Similarly, the y2 is equal to the we consider rectangle 2. The rectangle 2, the depth is 90 mm. So as we know, the formula to find out the center of gravity of the rectangle is equal to d by 2. So 90 by 2 is equal to 45. This T section is symmetric about y-axis. So the value of x1 and x2 will become same, that is 120 by 2 is equal to 60 mm. Same thing I have calculated. While calculating x bar and y bar, we are going to follow two methods. The first one is calculation method. With second one is table method. First we see the calculation method. So as we discussed before, the A1 is equal to the area of rectangle 1 is equal, A1 is equal to length into breadth 120 into 10 is equal to 1200 mm square. Similarly, A2 is equal to length into breadth 90 into 10, that is equal to 900 mm square. Y1, Y2, X1, X2 I already explained how it came. Now the formula for y bar is equal to A1 Y1 plus A2 Y2 divided by the summation of the area A1 plus A2 is equal to sigma AY divided by sigma A. Substitute all the area and y values to the formula. Finally, divided by summation of the area. Finally, we'll get the 73.33 mm. Similarly, x bar is equal to A1 x1 plus A2 x2 divided by A1 plus A2, that is equal to sigma AX divided by sigma A. Substitute all the values of x and A to the formula. Finally, we get the x bar is equal to 60 mm. The second method is table method. This is very convenient method. It is very easy to understand. I prefer this method only. So here you can see the table. The first column is component, then area A in mm square, the centroid distance y from reference axis 1 in mm, the centroid distance x from reference 2 in mm, and A into y, then A into x. In component column, the first component is it means first rectangle is ABCD. The area of first rectangle is 120 into 10, that is equal to 1200 mm square. Second component is EFGH 90 into 10, that is 900 mm square. The centroid distance y from reference 1 I already explained before. The values y1 is equal to 95, y2 is equal to 45, and centroid distance x from 2 x1 is equal to 60 mm, x1 is equal to 60 mm, x2 is equal to x2 is also 60 mm, because the T section it is symmetric about y axis, so that's why we get the x value same. Now multiply area into y values. AY A1 Y1 1,14,000, then A2 Y2 40,500, then multiply area with center distance x AX A1 X1, that is equal to 72,000, A2 X2 54,000. Finally, the summation of the area, summation of the AY, and summation of AX. Now the value y bar is equal to, you can put directly sigma AY by sigma A, that is equal to 1,54,000 divided by 2,100, that is equal to 73.33 mm. Similarly, x bar is equal to sigma AX divided by sigma A, 1,26,000 divided by 2,100, that is equal to 60 mm. Thank you all. Remaining topics will be covered in next session. Thank you.